Stop for a second. If you've been putting off starting a faceless channel because it feels like you'd need to become a whole production company overnight, a scriptwriter, a video editor, a thumbnail designer, somebody to do the SEO, I need you to hear this. You don't need a team. You need one workflow. Here's the thing nobody tells you. I'm an AI avatar right now. No camera, no studio, no editor sitting in another room. I'm a former mortgage broker running 2 faceless channels by myself. And the entire team behind this video is one Claude workflow. You're watching it work as I talk. And this got a lot more real 30 days ago because Claude just shipped Sonnet 5, the most capable, most autonomous version yet. Everybody's asking what to build with it. I'm going to show you the one thing it actually replaces, the team you thought you had to hire. Stay to the end, because the whole workflow hangs on a single setup step I do exactly once. It's not a prompt. It's the thing that turns Claude from a chatbot that forgets you into a teammate that knows your channel cold. Real quick, I'm not selling you a course, and I'm not going to open with a giant income screenshot. You should be suspicious of anyone who leads with the earnings number. I'm going to show you the actual workflow, the actual tools, the actual setup, on the same system I use to make the video in front of you. I packaged the entire thing, every tool, the exact setup, into a free guide called the AI Channel Blueprint over at aisavvyceo.io. I'll point you back to it once you've seen the workflow. If you can't wait, it's in the description. Now let's build it. Here's the hype you've been fed since Sonnet 5 dropped. AI is now so powerful you can push a button and out comes a business. Autonomous agents. Runs itself. Just add money. And look, Sonnet 5 is a genuine jump. It plans further ahead, it holds a long task together, it's cheaper to run. That part is true. But here's what's actually true. The model was never the bottleneck, and it isn't the magic button either. A better model doesn't build your channel for you. It does the jobs you'd otherwise pay 4 people to do, if you set it up to. Because think about what a faceless channel actually requires. Somebody has to come up with the idea. Somebody writes the script. Somebody builds the title, the description, the thumbnail text. Somebody edits. That's 4 hires, or 4 freelancers, or 4 weekends of your life, per video. That's the wall everyone hits. Not the tools, the labor. And the reason most people never post video 1 is they look at that list and quietly decide they can't afford to start. So here's the reframe. A faceless channel isn't a production problem. It's a delegation problem. And you now have something you can delegate to that costs a few dollars a month instead of 4 salaries. The technology doesn't matter. The mechanics matter. You're still watching me. That's the evidence. This video went from a topic in my head to the thing on your screen through one workflow run by one person. Here's the whole operation, no smoke. Claude is my writer's room. Ideas, research, the full script. HeyGen is the face and the voice. Submagic handles the captions. vidIQ tells me what to make and how to target it. 4 tools, 1 person. No camera, no editor, no VA. And I've shown the receipts on this channel before. I built the 8-step Claude workflow that replaces human editors. That's the editing job, gone. My $206 a month AI content team, that's the whole team, for the price of 1 dinner. The Claude skill that writes my titles, descriptions, and thumbnails, that's the packaging job, automated. Each of those replaced a role a normal creator hires out. Put them together and here's what it buys back. I scripted 17 complete videos in a single session once the workflow was set. A finished video now takes me about 20 to 30 minutes. And yes, my first month doing this the right way came out to $57,000. I'm telling you that as proof the system works, not as the reason to click. The reason to click is the workflow itself. And while you're here, tell me in the comments, which hire are you most desperate to replace first? The writer, the editor, or the thumbnail guy? I read every one. Okay, here's the whole thing, and it's simpler than the hype makes it sound. The one setup step, and this is the open loop I promised. Do not just open Claude and type, "Write me a YouTube script." That's the mistake. and it's why most people's AI scripts sound like AI slop. A blank chatbot doesn't know your audience, your voice, or your channel, so it gives you generic mush. Instead, you build it a memory once. In Claude, create a project. Inside that project's instructions, you paste three things: who your one viewer is, how you talk, and the formula every video follows. That's it. Now, Claude isn't a stranger every time. It's a teammate that already knows your channel before you say a word. You do this a single time, and every script after that comes out in your voice. That setup is the difference between AI wrote this and a person who gets my channel wrote this. Everyone skips it. Don't. Then the workflow. 4 moves. Move 1. Idea and script. You give the project this week's topic, or you ask it to pull ideas for your audience. And with Sonnet 5, it researches, structures, and writes the full teleprompter script in your voice. Not a blank page, a finished draft you lightly edit. The writer, handled. Move 2, packaging. Same conversation, you ask for the title options, the description, the tags, and the on-screen thumbnail text. The thing that used to be its own job, done in the same window, in about 90 seconds. The SEO guy and the thumbnail writer, handled. Move 3, the face and voice. Paste the script into HeyGen, pick your avatar, generate. That's the on-camera talent and the studio. And there's no camera anywhere. The presenter, handled. Move 4, captions and finish. Run it through Submagic for the captions and the quick cuts, and use vidIQ to lock your title and tags against what's actually searched. The editor, handled. That's the whole game. One project that knows your channel. One script. One paste into HeyGen. One caption pass. 4 hires collapsed into one workflow that one person runs in an afternoon. And notice what Sonnet 5 actually changed here. It didn't replace the workflow. It made Move 1 and Move 2 so much stronger that the draft needs less of your editing. The better model doesn't remove you. It removes the busy work between you and publishing. That's it. That's the whole game. Build the memory once. Run the 4 moves. Publish before you feel ready. And if you want my exact project setup, the audience block, the voice block, the formula, plus the 4 tools wired together end to end, that's the free AI channel blueprint at aisavvyceo.io/ai-channel-blueprint. It's the whole system, not just the outline. Links in the description. Now zoom out, because this was never really about saving money on freelancers. When you build that memory once, you're not renting a tool, you're compounding an asset. Every video you make teaches your project a little more about what works, and the next one comes out faster and truer to your voice. A year from now, that's not 4 salaries you didn't pay. It's 100 videos you actually shipped, because nothing stood between the idea and the publish button. And the model is going to keep changing. Sonnet 5 today, something more capable next quarter. Doesn't matter. The workflow outlives the model. Delegation, voice, and shipping are the mechanics. And they don't expire when the next version drops. The people still standing in a year aren't the ones who chased every launch. They're the ones who built one workflow and kept feeding it. You don't need to be technical. You don't need to be on camera. You don't need to hire a soul. I learned this in my 50s, sick, rebuilding from zero income in another country, with the exact 4 tools I just named. If I can run a 2-channel operation alone, you can run one. So here's your takeaway, one line. A faceless channel isn't a team you can't afford. It's one Claude workflow you set up once and run forever. Before you go, don't just nod at this and scroll to the next video. Grab the free AI channel blueprint at aisavvyceo.io. 2 minutes and you'll have my exact project setup and the full 4-tool workflow. No team, no camera required. Next up, I'm answering the question that decides whether any of this works. Which faceless niche you actually pick. There's one nobody tells you to choose, and it's the one I'd start with today. Subscribe so you catch it. I'll see you in the next one.